All right, so these are going to get a little more difficult after we just dealt with monomials last time. Just one term over one term. Now, going bigger, ladies and gentlemen. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start with, I'll just do numbers 1 and 2. Why not? So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and factor this. I'm going to leave the 10 alone, okay? So, this new numerator, if I multiply, it's the same thing as 10 times, and I'm going to factor this right here. Take the 9 out, get k minus 9. That's what my numerator looks like now. Now I have a 10 here, and that's going to be multiplied by, let me change this color, by this, which I'm going to factor that into, take a 9 out, and I'm left with k minus 3. So I have everything factored. I didn't multiply yet. They're being multiplied here and here. All right, it's just like saying 4 times 3 is the same thing as 12. Well, it's still 4 times 3, so I'm going to leave it like that. Now, the 10s go away, the 9s go away, and that's it. I'm left with k minus 9 over k minus 3. And a throwback, can I do these or take those both and divide them by 3? No, because these are being subtracted. All right, if they were monomials and I had 9 over 3, yeah, of course that'd be 3 over 1. But we cannot do anything since they have variables over here that are being subtracted or added to them. So that's my final answer for number 1. Now, number 2, I'm going to go ahead and factor this. This 1 really doesn't matter to us at all. All right, we had to have it there to make the problem work, but I'm just going to go ahead and take this and factor 9 out, and I'm left with a minus 4. After that, I'm going to go ahead and tear apart this denominator. So I still have my division bar here. I know that a minus 4 still has to go there. Great. But then this trinomial here can be factored. What two numbers multiply to a negative 24 and add up to a negative 5? That would be negative 8 and 3, I believe. So a minus 8, a plus 3. The only thing on this problem that goes away are the a minus 4s. So I'm left with 9 over a minus 8, a plus 3. That's it. That's all you can do to simplify that. All right. Next up. All right, it's kind of an ugly one here for number 3, just bigger, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and factor this first part too, work on my numerator first. Taking out a 10n. When I do that, I'm left with n plus 5. And I also tack on this n minus 3 right here. My denominator, I'm changing colors for that reason. Ooh. It has a 10 from right here. And then this gets factored. Well, there are two numbers that multiply negative 15 and add up to 2. That's going to be 5 and negative 3. So I have n plus 5, n minus 3. So 3 things go away. 10s go away, n plus 5s go away, n minus 3s go away. I'm left with, just n. If you want to put n over 1, you can, but still, that's n. All right, I'll let you do 4 on your own. Then, let's see here, left or right. Left looks a little bit more difficult, so why don't we just do that one, and then we'll be done with the multiplication ones. So, taking the numerator here first. Two numbers multiply to negative 27, add up to negative 6. That would be negative 9 and 3. So, this is going to be n minus 9, n plus 3. And then, yeah, I can't forget about my n minus 10 right here. Over. Change color. Here's my n plus 3. Now when I factor this, I need two numbers that multiply to negative 90 and add up to 1, like, I don't know, 10 and negative 9. So then I would have n plus 10 and n minus 9. You gotta be careful with your signs there, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy to mess this one up because you think you know what you're doing when you don't. I almost put n minus 10 because I wanted those two to match. They don't. So n minus 9s go away. N plus 3s go away. My final answer, or my simplified rational expression is n minus 10 over n plus 10. And that takes care of that one. All right, now when we get to division, we have to start this by flipping the second fraction. So 1 over k plus 5 stays. We have to multiply this by 4k plus 12 over k squared minus 6k minus 27. So now I have to factor. I have 1 over k plus 5, which is fine. This is going to be multiplied. I'll just go ahead and tack it on. Why not? For the 4k plus 12, you have to factor out the 4. You're left with k plus 3. I don't need this 1 when you're multiplying, so that's why I put an x through it. And then last but not least, how do you factor this? What two numbers multiply to a negative 27 and add up to a negative 6? Well, it's negative 9 and 3. So this will be k minus 9, k plus 3. And so the k plus 3's go away, and here's my solution. 4 over k plus 5 in parentheses, k minus 9. All right. Let me do this other example over here. I'll just go ahead and rewrite this. I'm not going to do too much day 1, or day 2 as it were. And since we're multiplying this, we're multiplying it by the reciprocal over here. So 9 over x minus 1. All right, so the denominator is the easiest thing right here. It's just 4x parentheses x minus 1. The numerator has a 9, and then here I can take out a 4. You can take out a 4x actually. When you take a 4x out, you're left with x minus 1. And now things are looking pretty nice. The 4's go away, the x's go away, the x minus 1's go away. I'm just left with 9, or 9 over 1, but 9. Okay, on these, let me do the one on the left. So this is k plus 1 over, and I'm going to go ahead and factor this, because it's just 5, parentheses k plus 1. But I have to multiply this now by k plus 3 over 1. Multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction. I flipped it. Now the only thing in this problem that goes away is that. Okay, k plus 1's are gone. Now I'm left with k plus 3 on top and 5 in the denominator. That's it. Last but not least, let's do 11. Got big numbers over here, why not? So I'm going to go ahead, and since this fraction is not flipping at all, I'm going to factor as well. So I'm taking out a 40. I'm left with x plus 2. And that's still 4x in the denominator. We have to multiply that, though, changing it from division to multiplication, by the reciprocal. So 4x over, and I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. I'm going to factor it, 20, and you're left with x plus 2. So technically, up top, we have 40 times 4x times x plus 2. Down here, I have 4x times 20 times x plus 2. And that's just helping organize it, making it look a little nicer before we start getting rid of stuff, like the x plus 2's, like the 4x's. And you technically just have 40 over 20. And what's 40 divided by 20? 2. And that is going to be your answer for number 11. Complete the rest of that worksheet. Thank you much.